Welcome to another episode of Chat GRC, where myself, Devin, and Casey interview a new grassroots candidate every Thursday. Also, I forgot to mention Blue-Lusional podcast. Anyway, sir, please introduce yourself, what you're running for. Get into it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on here.
Of course.
Truly is an honor. And, it's podcasts like this that really do help out grassroots candidates. Coming by media is tough. And so really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
My name is Kevin Burge, and I'm running for Congress in the 24th Texas District. The incumbent is a Congresswoman named Beth Van Duyne.
Beth.
And then, Beth. Yes, Beth. It's and for those of who are listening who don't know, it is North Tarrant County, so that's where Fort Worth is, and North Dallas County, and that's where, of course, Dallas is.
Yeah, you always have to say because Texas is so big. It's like
it's
where
a
in
country.
Texas?
8 hours away.
Yeah, yes. And I feel like we're doing a tour of Texas. We really are.
Oh, yeah.
We've had so many, and we have to because Texas is so big. It's like
Texas
so
and
many
Florida.
of you guys. Texas and Florida is taking up like half of our interview.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, this is Texas, especially. It's kind of a battleground. It's a battleground place. I mean, you see the redistricting that just happened, and a lot going on here. So
it's a lot more purple than people think. Because what is it? There's more registered Democrat voters in Texas than Republicans, right?
So you don't register for a party in Texas.
Okay.
But the metric is most likely there are more Democratic primary voters. And that's how they typically gauge what somebody's affiliated with.
Gotcha. Okay. I learned something new.
Well,
we're only like three seconds in here.
I know, we learned something new every week, guys. Well, we want to know what inspired you to run for Congress in this upcoming election. If you've run before, if this is your first time, all of that.
All right. So I have been a servant to this country for basically my whole life. I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17 years old. Had to have my mom co-sign for me, and it was only about a year after 9/11 happened. So, we were attacked. I stepped up to serve my country. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. I did 2 tours in Iraq. After that, I joined the Defense Intelligence Agency. I worked there for a few years, and I did another tour in Afghanistan. Afterwards, I went back, got my master's. And I went back and did a lot of work for many of the 3-letter agencies in D.C. Worked at the White House Situation Room during the President Biden's term. And then I decided I was going to settle down here in Texas. And my wife works for the airlines here. And
Eek.
Right now, especially.
Now.
Her feet are on the ground, though, most of the time. So
that's good.
We're good
there.
But yeah, I thought, get out of government service. I got a corporate job working in cybersecurity, and then Trump got elected. And my dad is a big MAGA guy. I was over at his house before the election happened when Trump was shot at. And things that I learned about the Trump universe or the MAGA universe was very unsettling. And, it made me realize that a lot of people are living in a totally different reality. And I worked at the White House at the time. If there was a question about what was going on, I probably had a relatively good answer. Not all the answers, but I see the people doing the stuff every day. So
you're literally there.
Yeah, I was there.
Quite literally living it.
But people like my dad want to believe propaganda that comes across on TV. And so it amazed me. It baffled me. And I was reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine one day, and it's a call to action. It was written during the Revolutionary War, and things are happening, and he's like, now's the time. It's time to step up. It's time to fight. It is time to stand up for democracy, for liberal democracy, which is what it was at the time. Liberalism
Yep.
is a
Yep.
enlightenment philosophy. And so I was like, you know what? It's game time. So
Yeah.
here I am.
It's crazy. When we've always told people, I really do believe that people who are really in the trenches of MAGA, they live a completely different lifestyle than we do. It is like they watch, Fox News and Newsmax, and that is that. And it goes deep as you who was in the Situation Room, literally worked at the White House, and your dad is still like, I don't know,
Nope.
Kevin. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if what you literally lived every single day during the Biden's presidency actually happened.
Just straight up like, nope. Mm-mm.
No, that
amazing.
is that's how deep it goes. I think people do need to see that, how deep it goes. And then, that call to action that's like, ooh, I got to do something. And whether it's running for office, whether it's starting a organization, a protest, mutual aid, any of that, so many people have been called in this past year to fight for whatever shred of liberal democracy we have left.
Yeah. And it's inspiring. It's very inspiring to see everybody step up. It's awesome.
Right? It's like, there's the
Yeah.
humanity. There it is.
Yeah, we collectively all woke up and said, nope, no,
Yeah.
we don't want to have to fix it, but I guess we're going to have to fix it.
The
Okay,
millennials.
move.
Yeah. I'm trying to afford rent and, get ahead a little bit, get a promotion, something like pay my bills. But
That's all we were trying to do.
I have to do this too.
Yep.
Like, now I have to fix
Look
the
what
country.
you've made us
Fine.
do. Fine.
Fine.
Millennials will do it
Okay.
again. We will put all of our stuff on the back burner and we'll sweep it up again.
We're going to tear it down to the studs and then build it back
Yes.
up from the ground up because you guys wanted to fuck us over so bad. That's
Yes.
what we're going to do. So that's a good transition to the next question, actually. So when you get in, and since we're tearing it down to the studs, how would you be able to use your influence as a congressperson on the local level?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that I want to do, we're putting together some ideas, and we're getting the details worked out, but I want to really come to people with new ideas that really make a difference to people. The overall framework is going to be called something along the lines of, the American Families Plan. It's going to have a lot of different aspects, whether it's some sort of Medicare for all, some sort of jobs packages, infrastructure packages, things that actually make a difference to people, creating jobs, dinner table topics, and things that impact families. But also the biggest one that we really want to focus on is educational rescue package.
Okay.
And so basically, we want to make sure that we're propping up our public school systems because investments into our children is the number one thing that we can do to help this country and to help families as well. It's an investment into our future.
It is.
So a really good package that we're putting together. We're going to make sure that, schools, no matter what zip code you're in, are going to be fully funded. Pick up those funding gaps. We're going to make sure teachers are paid. We're going to make sure that kids are safe. And we're gonna do good things for our country and for our children and for American families.
I love it. And I love it all wrapped into one. Just one little bow. Because those are the things that are going to get people out to the polls. Those are the things that they care about. They want to make sure their children could go to school, that they're safe at school, that families can put food on the tables, that there's job opportunities, all of that. And so it's like, here, please come vote for me. Oh my God, I want to give you these things.
I love the plan for education because it literally keeps me up at night. In the middle of my doom scroll at night, I will just be like, we would not be in this situation if people were just more educated on these topics. Like 11:47 at night.
Cold sweats. Oh my God.
Yeah. Open the schools.
Yeah, and it's a big deal here in the district. There's several schools that are
Yes, they
closing
did
down.
talk
They're on the
about.
chopping block. The state of Texas is taking over our Fort Worth ISD, which
Yeah.
bumps up against this
Mhm.
district. And so it's not looking good. And this is we're the most prosperous district in the state of Texas. So if it
Wow.
happens here,
It's
imagine
a ripple effect.
That voucher system's tearing them up.
it's horrible. Absolutely
It's
horrible.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's bad.
absolutely. And speaking of that, that is definitely one of the things that this administration has done to affect people in your district. But for those who don't live in your district, how else has this administration directly affected your constituents so far?
So you mentioned, or you grimaced, I guess is a good word, when I said my life is in the airline industry. And so, as we all know, the Republicans decided to shut down the government by not, one, canceling the filibuster, or two, negotiating with Democrats over
Yep.
something that's very basic, which is raising insurance premiums for healthcare. So
Mhm.
when the government shut down, of course, all of our air traffic controllers are government employees. They stopped getting paid.
Yep.
You can only last so long, many people,
Mhm.
without a paycheck. And so, uh, yep. And
It's like, what about my airtime?
Mhm. So yeah, it's causing issues because flights are being impacted as the people who keep the skies safe need to go,
Yep.
I don't know, drive for Uber to, make ends
Mhm.
meet for a little bit. And that's something that's even more frustrating is when the president gets onto his bully pulpit and he starts to, call these people slackers or not
Yep.
patriotic because they need to go get another job.
Mhm.
We're already at a shortage in air traffic control
Yep.
anyway.
That was the first thing he did.
Because of him.
Yes, yeah, he
Immediately.
so that's a big one because American Airlines is the number one, the single largest employer in the district,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and then Southwest Airlines also has their headquarters just outside of the district, and so many of their employees also live
Live here.
in the district. We're a transportation hub as well. It's not
Yeah.
just passenger airlines, but UPS has tons of flights.
Mhm.
Amazon has tons of flights. Like it's just things are going in and out all the time, and so that's right now the biggest impact that this administration's having on the district.
And it could happen
Damn.
again in January. It's just
It will. It
And it
will.
will.
Let's be real. It
It
will.
will. So
Yeah.
it's like, at what point does this end? And you have to, brace for the next one, and then the next one, and the next one every couple months. I can't imagine having to live, because you do want to be a federal employee. Some people, their calling is to work in like air traffic control, flight attendants. That's their dream job. And they're over here like, I don't know if I actually want to do that, because I couldn't imagine having to go, okay, I'm fine this month, but next month I might not get a paycheck. So I got to re-budget my whole life. I have to ask for money here. I have to get a second job. I couldn't imagine doing that. And then you don't love what you do anymore. And it's not fair.
And these are the jobs you would think that you have the most certainty in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't even know if I can do that now because I may get fired halfway through January if I start now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. I was furloughed in a government shutdown in 2013 when
Oof.
President Obama was in office.
Yes.
And that one lasted, I want to say it was 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I had a little, nest egg stored up, and it didn't last as long as this one did. But, I also was not getting paid very much and living in DC. So the
Ooh.
expenses, if it dragged on, I would have been in the same position. So I feel them,
Wow.
it's
Mhm.
tough.
Gosh.
Yeah. The shout out to the people that were holding it down in the
Yes.
federal government.
You guys are the
without
real
a
heroes.
paycheck.
That's right.
Good
Mhm.
stuff.
Your wife, a real hero.
Right?
Mhm.
So we're talking about Beth Van Duyne earlier. What would the consequences for your district be if she were to win?
You know, if I've said it in a speech before, so I'll say it here. I'll go ahead and let you guys know. You know, if you like seeing armed, masked people marching through your streets, you know,
Mhm.
vote for Beth Van Duyne. If you like your health benefits or just healthcare in general skyrocket, vote for Beth Van Duyne. If you like Islamophobia and racism, you can vote for Beth Van Duyne. If you like division and hatred, you can vote for Beth Van Duyne. So all of these things, let me tell you, she got her start in politics as the mayor of Irving. And what rocketed her to the national stage was a young boy who was in the public school system there in Irving, a Muslim kid, brought a clock to school as a project. And the teacher took that a certain way. It rose to national prominence. And Beth Van Duyne was now calling this child a terrorist. And so if that's how, if you think that's how, that's changed, it has not changed. And, every day you can go on her social media and you can see her attacking community, members of our community, especially now the Hispanic community
I'm
and
sure.
people like my wife who is Hispanic, and just causing tons of division and hatred. And it's not beneficial to this district. It adds no value at all. And then if she just a dummy vote for whatever Trump puts out
Mhm.
there. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
there
I'm
you
sure
go.
she's not reading the bills either. She's just like, whatever he wants. Whatever
Whatever.
he wants.
It's true. So it's not good. She's not very well liked, but you know, she has a lot of money stored up, and they gerrymandered the district to be pretty Republican. So she's been able to hang on
Yeah.
barely a few times, but she's made it through so far.
Wow.
See
And
if we can change that.
does she do town halls or no?
No.
Of
See,
course
we
not.
ask this every time. We should make this an official question, but we just end up asking it anyway.
I would
It's
have
like,
had it too.
we should add it because we always ask, and every time the answer is no. But then we're like, when is the last time they've done either a virtual? Because sometimes they do that, like call in one or a
Mhm.
physical one, and the longest has been like since 2005 or something. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
crazy. Do you remember the last time like she might have even had like even a phone one?
So for in-person one, we actually have a tracker on our Facebook page, so you can go and I think it's been, I don't know, 1,700 days or something. So basically never.
1,700 days. She didn't come back
So
during the shutdown to
like
talk to
5
her
years.
people.
Jesus
Yeah, and then
Christ, bro.
as far as like phone town halls, she did 2 this past year. But what she does is you basically, an answer will come across and it'll be like, "Hi Beth, I noticed that the Democrats shut down the
Oh
government.
yeah, they
What are your
pre-picked the
thoughts on
question.
that?
For sure. Or they wrote it themselves.
Democrats are horrible. Rah, 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 rah,
They're
Democrats,
like, Kevin's
and
here.
like
Don't take
illegal
any of his
immigrants."
questions.
Here's what gets me with these town halls. How the identity politics doesn't even exist. Like, who is voting for these people? You don't see them. You don't know who they are. How are you getting voted for? I don't
know.
get it. I don't
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah,
Right?
You're
part
just
of
go
the
R next to their name. Check.
that's it.
Mhm.
That is it. She does a good job, and I think a lot of these folks do, of hiding their, MAGA affiliations. So, I mean, you can look at on her Facebook. She has 2 Facebook accounts. One is her official Congresswoman account. The other one's her campaign account. And so you go to the Congresswoman's account, and it's like, "Oh, I met with, blah, blah, blah from the health industry today. And, oh, I'm looking forward to hosting a job fair," or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Go to the campaign one, and it's like illegals are stealing your job and they deserve to be sent into detention centers, and Democrats, hate people, and like all of this stuff, all lies, complete
Gosh.
lies. So to her base, she says the right things. To people who aren't paying attention to politics, which is a majority of the people, she's a
Sad.
Republican congresswoman, and it's a mostly Republican district. People vote that way, straight ticket often, and they put her name down. So
Wow.
challenge is, we need to make sure that people know who she is. what she supports, what she says. And, I think a lot of people will be, especially independents, repulsed about that.
Wow.
We need the
Time for her to
independents on
go.
board.
Time
Yeah.
for her to go find another hobby. Sounds like. Pack your office up, Beth. Gosh, it's crazy.
Get out.
Well, we want to know you are a veteran and you've also worked in the White House. You have been in plenty of briefings. You have also seen with this administration how veterans are being treated. So I don't think people fully understand the scope of how bad this administration has damaged veterans. So what type of like irreversible damage has been done to the military and to veterans that you are hoping you can get into office and try to reverse?
So on the personal level, I would say people who are actively in the military, there's been a lot of reversals of policies that protect, women in particular, with a lot of kind of assault issues that women have
Yes.
faced in the military. A lot of those
Yep.
protections have gone away. And I actually worked with somebody in the Air Force who was really good at pushing those type of policies to go through. And she worked really hard to make it so that sexual assault cases in the military wouldn't be tried in the military. They could be tried in civilian courts, which opens up a whole new level of
Yep.
protection. So we want to make sure that we continue things like that.
Okay.
Also, we hear often, the talk about like beards and stuff like that in the military. You know, I have no problem shaving, but some of my brothers do, with skin conditions. And so when you talk about something like no more beards, no more shaving chits or whatever, like it's an attack on a certain group
Yes.
of people.
Yep. It is.
So, like, that's the environment that's happening in the military. If you step up a level and you look at how generals are being treated and kind of purged from the military, you're losing tons of experience. I mean, invaluable experience at the same time that a little bit of saber rattling's going on in Venezuela. So you don't want to get rid of experience and then
No.
rattle sabers at the same time. That's just not good
Wild.
policy. So, and then you take it into, the national security in general. Like we transitioned from the war on terror to great power competition. So what that means is we were dealing with terrorists and terrorist cells in the Middle East, and we were shifting our national policy and our focus on China and Russia. Well, you can see how we are kind of capitulating, especially to Russia when it comes to Ukraine. So we were doing really good work in stopping Russian influence and Russian advances into Europe, and that has been damaged. And not only has that been damaged, but because we've gone back on our word, it makes our allies also think, can we trust the United States in general?
Yep.
So
The
that really
UK just stopped sharing information today.
Yep.
no. I mean, a loss of confidence is a threat to our national security.
Yep.
And then, people coming back from overseas and from war zones, and they need healthcare in the VA. We need to make sure that the VA is fully funded, that the veterans get the care that they need. Mental health care is huge because suicide rates are very high for military members. And we need to make sure that we're doing the right things by the people who served.
Yep. See, this all seems on surface level the bare minimum that we should be doing. And then it's insane. This is what we were talking about earlier with like that MAGA lives in a different, I don't know, parallel universe where they're always the ones that were like, oh, Democrats don't back the blue, they don't back veterans, they don't care, people fought for our country. But then they are like, no, the veterans are fine. They're fine. I don't know what the issue is. They're fine. They get health care. They're fine. And it's like,
No. Literally leaving them out for dead.
Yeah.
Like straight up. But then we have 40 billion for Argentina.
Yes. Yeah.
When
Well,
this is wrapped up, I don't want to hear a single politician say we don't have it.
yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, people in the
Yeah, you do.
military were in line at food banks during the shutdown.
That was
That should never happen.
Mhm.
That should have been like, I was like, that needs to be plastered everywhere. Everyone needs to see what is actually happening. People in full uniform, standing in line, not working the food banks and helping people, standing in line to receive it.
Yeah.
That is appalling.
Yeah, it's appalling. It's unacceptable. But you also made a good point, about the money going to Argentina. We have money going to Argentina. We also have ICE, who is getting more money, more funding right now than the
Mhm.
United States Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And so when people say, "How are you going to pay for things?" Well, that's a good start, right? Like let's be real. That's a really good start. That's billions and billions of dollars that could be going to help veterans, families,
easily.
Americans.
Mhm.
Snap.
Easily.
Snap.
Snap.
The money's there.
All of it is there. Christy Nome doesn't need 2 private jets. She doesn't need them.
So stupid to hear it out loud. It's so stupid to hear
It's
it out
just,
loud.
it is. And that's the type of thing that everybody does need to hear. It needs to, we need to talk about Argentina every single day. If it
But we're
will
not
one
mad
day
enough.
just,
We're
we're
still
not mad enough about
We're
Argentina.
still not mad enough. Oh my God.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, while we're on the topic of trying to fix irreversible damage, what would be your top 3 priorities when you win and get in office?
Yeah, so, really advancing that American Families Plan
Mhm.
with, the educational rescue package as being the number one priority. And within that American Rescue Package, also ensuring that there's funding for pre-K. That's, I think, the number
Mhm.
one most impactful thing that we can do today to help people get back to work, to help kids, early development kids. I was at this really cool event last night, the Dallas area interfaith group. It was awesome. It was in Jewish temple, and there was universal Unitarians there, and
Really?
Catholic churches, and a few different
Okay.
temples, and just, awesome Baptist churches, like really cool stuff. But one of the speakers was saying children develop um, exponentially by the age of 5.
Yep.
And so
I'm 5.
you are 5.
Talking about
That's
me.
me. Put me in, coach.
Hand me the phone.
See, he knows he's 5.
Wait, when do you turn 6?
After New Year.
That's right. Yeah,
Turn
you're-
the new year.
I will put my ears open if I could hear about this speech.
okay. All right.
Give me the microphone. I need to say something.
It's my time.
But yeah, kids, like she was saying, and it's very impactful. Like, she could tell, being in the educational environment, when a child had a really good life, I guess, before 5, with educational, stability,
Mhm.
opportunities, food, and later on, you could see where those children were compared to kids who had a very rough time before the age of 5. So,
Mhm.
again, investment into our country helps women, especially too, because they don't have to sacrifice their career path
Yep.
to stay at home, make that hard decision of, am I going to pay $300 or more a week to a daycare or
Yep.
pre-K and sacrifice my career by staying home?
Mhm.
Careful, they're gonna start calling you an extremist like Zoran.
You're like, wait, he
Talking
wants
about
women
free
to go to
child.
work?
Is it sad that that's considered extreme?
I know. It's considered extreme that we want to send our kids to be social, learn how to play with other kids, learn how to learn from other people other
Mhm,
than their parents,
mhm.
to learn, to be
Learn.
exposed to other cultures. God forbid.
Mhm.
God
You want to
forbid.
invest in infrastructure?
Right? Just, so women could have
Off
a
with his
fulfilling
head.
job that they really want that brings them happiness.
It's horrible.
They're asking for way too much.
Much. They should be fulfilled with the children that they give birth to.
Slow down. Have the money for it, okay? We don't have it, but we are going to give this money to Argentina.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who does have universal health care, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
Another thing that's a big
Irony.
ask. Wow. Yeah.
Crazy times.
Sad.
Crazy times.
Crazy times that we just want a nice little package where people can children can go to school, get an education, while their parents can fulfill the dreams they have at
Yeah,
the
and
same
you
time.
know what? You guys are millennials, right? So you lived through the Great Recession, right? You lived through 2 wars and a
We lived
pandemic
through everything.
and
Mm.
now the rise of fascism. Like, don't you think it's maybe time for a little break? Maybe it's time
This is
to
I
this
twitch.
is millennial final boss. Like they're like, you thought you were done? Try a dictator. Figure this one out.
We were like, okay, this is great. We're settling down. We finally could buy our homes. We're
Yeah.
having our families. We're all getting married. We're finally doing all the things. And they're like,
One more thing.
one more thing.
One more thing. You have
Hold
to
up.
fix everything.
Fix this.
And then you'll be able to chill.
Maybe.
By the way, you're going to have to maintain it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's why we need the universal health care, because we all need the millennials need therapy. We need our antidepressants. Just please, please.
That's it.
Throw us a bone.
Throw us a bone, please. Yes.
All right.
So, this is a big topic of discussion, especially after the last election this past Tuesday. So, a lot of constituents are feeling like voting doesn't really matter, everything's corrupt. They're not sure if they're going to vote in the primaries coming up, especially with the shutdown thing. People are up in arms. So, what would you say to somebody in your district that has come to you and is like, I don't even know if it's worth voting? I don't even know if it counts.
That's great. That's an awesome question. So we also had a special election here in the state Senate level.
Mm-hmm.
Senate District 9 had an incumbent, a Republican guy. The district was drawn for a Republican. He was picked up by Abbott to fill some role, which left a vacancy. Republicans jumped in. One was a former mayor of Southlake, which is in my district. The other works as the COO or something of a group called Patriot Mobile, which is a phone service that pumps millions and millions into conservative races, especially
great.
at the school district level, to
Wow.
influence our children.
And
Great.
Citizens United.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Texas, here's the thing. In Texas, state races are not capped as far as finances go.
Of course
So
they're not.
you could have Elon Musk come in and just, hey, one candidate, here's $1 billion. There you go.
Doling out.
So that's what this group does. They pump lots of money in. Between the two Republicans, they raised together about $3 million for this special election race. All right.
For a special
Wow.
election.
So for state district.
For a state senate.
The Democrat. So one Democrat ran. His name is Taylor Ramett. He's an Air Force veteran and a union president. My campaign helped him out. We did some block walks for him. We did some fundraisers for him because we want to make sure that Democrats are getting elected up and down ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we like to see.
Yes.
Helping each other out.
Absolutely. So he got 48% of the vote and
Wow.
more votes than the highest Republican who is running in a Republican district.
So you were like,
In Texas.
In Texas. So in Texas, you need to get in the primaries and in elections like this where there's more than one contestant.
Consistent. Sometimes it does seem very pageant-like.
So you need to get 50%. You need to get 50.1%. He got 48%. So that means it's going to need to go to a runoff between him and the highest Republican. However, had he gotten 2,000 more votes, there would have been no runoff. We would have had a Democrat incumbent in that state Senate. So to answer your question, your vote absolutely 100% definitely matters. So you need to get out and vote. You need to tell your neighbors to vote. Apathy is what gets people like Trump elected. So if you don't like what you see, get out, vote. It makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, that right there. It's 2000. The freaking race.
2000.
What's her name? Allison Riggs. Decided by 750.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. crazy.
It matters.
It matters.
It does.
It matters.
It matters on all levels too. You don't even think about the local elections, and then you're upset when a school board does something that you don't like, and it's like,
When your school
you could have
posted the Ten
voted.
Commandments, it's because you stayed at home and you said my vote doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and at that school district level, like that's one of the the lowest level. It's one of the smaller levels of government, ones
Yep.
that really impact individuals.
Locally, yeah.
Locally, and even at taxes, like your taxes, whether you have a kid or not, goes to the school system.
Mhm.
So you need to be involved. You need to understand what's at stake, because at least until we do something like the American, the public education rescue package, if you're not properly funding the schools through your taxes, it's going to struggle. It's going to get closed eventually, and then neighborhood, prices go down because good schools also affect property values.
Mhm.
And then towns go down because of it, and it's a whole ecosystem. So
Yep,
it matters. All of these elections matter. Your vote
they
matters.
do. Love to hear it.
perfect answer. Okay, we're at the fun portion. So I think you're gonna have a good answer for this. If you're running for president, who would be your dream VP, living or dead?
So I would probably pick Madison, Andrew Madison. No, James Madison.
James
Okay. I was gonna say Andrew Jackson.
Oh, true, right? Let me tell you, he's ready to ride.
Andrew Jackson.
And definitely not Andrew Jackson.
This guy's crazy.
Jeez.
James Madison's
James Madison.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So, for two reasons. One
Mhm.
is that he actually had experience being a VP. So there you go.
It helps.
He's qualified. But two, he was an extremely skilled legislator. And so even during his presidency, he hardly went to DC. He like chilled at his farm in Southern Maryland or Virginia. Like he was not into it. But he was actually pretty effective because he made really good relationships, and like he got the right people in the right places to
He's who
do
Trump
what he
wanted to
wanted
be.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not good
Just
at
do
it.
your job
Yeah,
and you'll be able to chill
Trump wanted
too.
to do his whole presidency from Mar-a-Lago and just know people, and just the problem is he's not smart. He cannot do anything.
No James Madison, that's for sure.
No, but I
Uh,
like it. I like it because it's like I got the best of both. I could kind of do my own thing, and I still was able to do right by the people.
yeah. So yeah, very very skilled politician, staunch defender of democracy, separation of church and state. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
writer
Need that back.
of the Constitution, which also needs to be
Yeah, that needs
upheld.
Bring that back.
we need to bring that one back. Bring two.
An
James
oldie but a
Madison would be
goodie.
like, you're not listening to what I wrote.
What the
Are you
fuck
kidding
are you
me?
guys doing?
Yeah. Let me
He
write
would
this a little more
definitely
clear here.
come back with a vengeance if he could be VP. He'd be like, all right,
Oh,
guys,
got it. You guys can't read cursive.
I'll come
Got
back.
it. That's
I'll come
why.
back. I got it. It's just insane. Well, this one might be a harder answer then. I don't know. But
Mhm.
what is better, Texas barbecue or Texas tacos?
This was more so for me.
This really
That-
was. And like, I think this is going to be an answer that directly affects how he thinks of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are trying.
Just because I'm like,
I thought there was
I'm
no
like,
hardballs here. Like,
that's all.
Sorry.
Like Texans are either like barbecue, tacos. So I'm like, okay.
We need to know what side you're on. The
Man,
true
well-
side of history.
well, how
Which
about
one?
we pull some barbecue off the bone and put it in a taco?
Oh, we're going.
Devin wasn't ready for
Where-
that answer.
What's the
He said,
where? What is the spot? I need to know
he said, write it
right
down.
now.
Where is the spot exactly? Where
No,
is it?
Where exactly am I getting this?
It's both very good. Went to a really cool barbecue place the other day when my sister came in town, and they have like everything is like kind of outside, like all the grills and like the
Nice.
meat, and like you could smell it from like a mile away. and it was delicious.
That
But
might get Devin to Texas.
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
But I'd go back and forth too. Like I could eat a taco every day. Like it's I don't know.
But Texas barbecue is something else.
It
It is
is.
next
Yeah.
level.
Yes.
We're
It
gonna bring
is.
Caress with us.
All right. Yeah, we got spots to hit up.
Come on out anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, man, I feel like you kind of answered this already.
I know, yeah, it's gonna
So
be different.
what is your favorite hidden gem in Texas? Like, what would be the selling point? You got me with the last one, so it's just gonna
So
guarantee.
it's hard to say. They have a really good state park system. And so there's a few people who they like do state park tours, and they try to hit all of them, within their lifetime. There really are a lot. There's one national park, and that's Big Bend.
Mhm.
And I mean, absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. Hill country outside of Austin is awesome. But one of the things I really like is right here. I like to be outside. I like to hike. I'm originally from New Mexico. And so getting out in the mountains is nice, and it's hard to do in this massive metroplex they call DFW.
Yeah.
Metroplex.
But there's a little lake north of the airport called Grapevine Lake, and on the north side of it it's technically a bike trail, but not many bikers go out there. So it's really nice. A little bit of elevation. You go through trees. You go through some grasslands. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a good Texas Plains,
Yeah.
Oak Savannah type of place to escape the city. So that's something I really
Nice.
like. And
We'll have
it's
to go
beautiful.
walk off our Texas barbecue tacos.
Yeah, I was
there.
gonna say right after you take us to the
We
barbecue
get some
and taco
steps in.
spots,
Because we're
if I'm
planning
not
on
passed
going on
out.
a countrywide tour.
Yeah, you'd have to walk it off too after all that.
We would have to walk it up. We would. Yes. That would be okay. Well, we're adding it to the list. We have 2 spots to hit. Don't get it twisted, Devin. We're hitting 2 spots. We don't do it with everyone, but for you, we will hit both spots.
Yeah, I'll have first and second lunch. You kidding me?
Yes. I know. We're gonna have to like stay in Texas for like a week.
You could.
We're gonna have to with all the people we have to see. How
In
big
the
it
South,
is.
yeah.
We're gonna have to. It's gonna be a crazy time, but that's on our to-do list.
Awesome.
But Kevin, we want to thank you for coming on to Chat GRC. Before we go, we want to give you a chance to shameless plug your website, your socials, where people can donate, and if you have any events coming up that you want people nearby you to know about.
Certainly. So you can go to my website at www.kevinfortexas.com, all spelled out, kevinfortexas.com. You can find a link to donate there as well if you so
Easy.
choose.
There you go.
We're doing really good in finances, and we've had over 1,000 people donate to our campaign.
Wow,
coming
that's
up on
Let's
awesome.
go.
coming up on about $80,000, which is
Okay.
Nice. Okay, grassroots.
Okay.
It certainly is grassroots, and it's people like those who listen to this podcast make this reality and are making real change, in the country. So if you want to go there, please do. I would very much appreciate it. I'm on all the socials, Kevin Burge
Yay.
for Congress on Facebook, Burge for Congress, the number 4 on Instagram, and same with TikTok. Yeah, so, and also volunteering. We are going to start ramping up our block walking come, I think 2 weeks from now.
Nice. Here we go.
Yeah, we've been block walking, and it's getting bigger and better. And so volunteers to do that as well would be much appreciated. Just
That would be
you can
nice.
contact us through the website.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love to see that grassroots candidates are getting the money that they rightfully deserve. Isn't that nice? You don't need big PAC corporations funding you. You can
Hey,
have
pack people,
your
it's over for
constituents
you.
who want to see you do better donate to you. Then it's good money. It's like it's not dirty money.
It's yep, and
I
you're
love it.
beholden to the people.
Goes right back to them.
Yep, and
Love it.
and we invested also, in campaign infrastructure right here in Tarrant County to businesses right here in Tarrant and Dallas County, and it goes back into the community as well.
Wow, that is great. I love it. Well, again, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on to Chat GRC. Again, guys, every single Thursday, we're dropping another grassroots candidate interview. So make sure you're tuning in, because you may think primaries are a whole year away, but trust that they will come creep right up on you. So make sure you're checking in every week. And if you want to see your candidate who's grassroots come on to the podcast, send them to us. All of our stuff's down below, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.